travel across the land, but I'm happy here at pretty good, just out walking with my friends. So you can fly from coast to coast for all the antics of ends, but my destiny's here in Tennessee, my Pokedex in hand. You run your laps chasing licky tongues in Providence, and you arc your throws for Electabuzz in St. Louis. But when you're lost in Boston seeking Pokestops, boo-hoo, we'll all still be spinning them up on Rocket Top. It's true. Well, you can race to catch 'em all and fall flat on your face. We'll hatch our Togepi's here in Tennessee at our own predestined pace. We don't need Tanglers from Los Angeles. If you're there chasing Charizard, you're making your life way too hard. Clutching garlic, pounding pavement down Ventura Boulevard. We don't need Nidoqueens from down New Orleans. I hate to rain on solo you, but parades need a willing crew. All those squirtles on St. Charles saw you wandering and withdrew. Well, you can race to catch 'em all and fall flat on your face. We'll hatch our Togepi's here in Tennessee at our own predestined pace. We don't need Lapras from Minneapolis or Polipers from Mississippers. There's enough Weedles on Montego. We could evolve a swarm of Beedrill. There's enough Snubbull down to Shovel. We could team Sled with Grumble. We don't need Oregon from out in Oregon, or any Pikachus from up in Massachusetts. Sorry, Professor Oklahoma, we'll raid gyms in Tullahoma. Sorry, Pokecoin Palooka, we'll hatch on hikes in Chattanooga. Well, you can race to catch 'em all and fall flat on your face. We'll hatch our Togepi's here in Tennessee at our own predestined pace. Well, you can race to catch 'em all and fall flat on your face. We'll hatch our Togepi's here in Tennessee at our own predestined pace. Hey, Socrates, why Jean-Luc's a wallet, lost Jawlods and white timbers. And Shaka, I see, was on his army. Yeah, Shaka when all the walls fall. Ha 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 ha. Jean-Luc gets these lost jaw lads and white timber. They're falling again. Good night, Elytra, we love you. Dathan has left the planet. The summer is past, but your days keep growing longer. There's no wind in your sails, but the storm's blowing stronger. Walking hard, standing tall, keeping your head up through it all. Fighting fires, spinning plates. Goodness, how did it get so late? Lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and just let your mind flow downstream. Sprawled out in a moonbeam. Lay your head down and dream. Joe Hills is filmed before a live streaming audience.
That's us. Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. And tonight, y'all are my live streaming audience. Welcome, 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 everyone. We are going to be filming part of my next episode of HermitCraft today. I say my next one. It might be 2 episodes out. I gotta look through my footage and figure it out. But we had a whole conversation with Scar 2 nights ago that we're going to superimpose over footage of me slamming into these fences. And fences. What do you call these? Signs, right? The signs. So we need to slam into these signs with fireworks and potions of slow falling. And we are going to go do that now because I've really thought ahead on this. I have not thought ahead on this at all. One of the things we have not thought ahead on was we didn't have a bed last time we were here, and that caused us trubs. That starts with T and ends with B, and pluralized, it's trubs, bubs. So first thing we're actually going to do is we're going to go grab a little bit of birch. It's Gemini Tay's favorite tree. Don't tell her we chopped it down. Okay, so we're going to take some of that birch, and we're going to go make a bed, and then we are going to lay our head down and dream. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so let's go. Workbench, bed, sleep, dream. Okay, so now we're going to get up in the sky. Oh, wait. First off, disconnect and reconnect for replay mod purposes. We changed dimensions earlier, and that can cause problems with replay mod. If we're trying to do something especially for replay mod like this, it's just we want to minimize the number of variables. We want to log in the dimension that we're going to be playing in. We're going to fly around for a second and preload some chunks, and then we are going to get this segment recorded. Okay. So yeah, you can see over there, there is our hourglass. And, you know, like they always say, like the sands in the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We need to figure out how far away we need to be here from there. Okay, and then we're going to mark it, going to chug this potion, then we're going to slam into this. And we're going to slowly look at all the names as we go down. Ooh, so we're just sliding along the wall here. And so you can't see it now, but in the replay mod, I'm going to be panning down the side of the wall at the same speed that I'm falling in Minecraft. Does that make sense? And so we're going to render what we're doing here and then show me sliding down this wall while Scar and I have our conversation in the Nether. And so in the episode, everybody will get to see these names go by really slowly while Scar and I are having a very, very long conversation. I am going forward slightly, but that's okay. Gotta go back this way a little. Then go back this way. As long as we're not blocking the names. Uh-oh. Panic. Panic. I had it almost perfect. This is going in there. So, we don't need to take off the overlays for this because we're not using this actual footage. We're using the replay mod footage. I hope I'm not blocking those names there. We're going to check this in replay mod and find out if I am blocking these names. We might have to do this from slightly further back. I want to look down and see how many names are left. I have no idea how high up we are here. I feel like we're too far out, though, right now. Okay, we're getting close to the bottom. Are we going to do all 4 walls? Yes. This is the proof of concept wall. Yeah, my legs might be sticking out, but we're going to see. I might be able to put the camera at an angle where the legs aren't a problem too much either. When I turn, yeah. You're right, you're right. We're going to find out. Okay. So we're going to mark that. We're going to disconnect. Would the thing Cub did the other day work? I have no idea what thing Cub did the other day. Antecedents matter, introverted kid. Antecedents matter. Okay. So we're going to pause. We're going to go to this point on this marker. Okay. What does this say up here? Okay, so we want to be about here-ish, I think, when we start. Okay, so we're going to align this so that the yaw is 0, the pitch is 0. Save. We're going to also change the position to be 196.5 on the Y, on the Z, and on the X. We're going to 0.5 each of those. Okay, that one was too far. Is this the one we need then? Oh, actually, wait, do we just actually want that to be dead in the middle? Okay. Huh. Wouldn't expect that. Yeah, oh, okay. Oh, because it's got an even number of blocks. Okay, so then we'll pan down here, but more slowly. Can we zoom into the top sign and then go down? We can do all sorts of things. That doesn't mean we're going to. Okay. So what we want is we want to put this here. I'm just kind of floating in the wall. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah. Let's see how it looks when I start spinning around. I think we're going to have to try this again a different way. Yeah. This is... it's because the hitbox is in my feet when I'm flying. Remember when Cub was flying and the hitbox was in his feet? Yeah, okay, so this is not how we're gonna do this. We're gonna try this a different way. Yeah, because also I think I need to be out this far. Then the names get smaller. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna fall off. This is what you get to enjoy as the streams viewers. You get to see the failed experiments. Like that part almost works. If I made sure to put my feet in there. But yeah, you can see me pivoting on my feet, as Vincho Ken points out. Yeah, me like staring at it as I go down is kind of neat. If I was able to keep the Welcome LEJSC, glad you could join us. Yeah. I was originally going to try just a slow fall walking off the top. Trying the fall without the elytra was it felt like it was too fast. But like I did want to see how long this actually does take with the elytra. Because with the elytra on, we are at the 2-minute and 17 mark, basically. What is this? 2:23. Okay. So we're gonna try this. We're gonna try this a few ways. This is how we learn. Also, I should mention how we fund how we learn is that this is a viewer-supported stream. I was gonna say I'm down here in slot 9 putting the hot in the hot bar, but you can't really see that right now because of the what do you call it? The hot bar is kind of hard to see. Oh, good thing I put a bed here. Ah, who saw it ahead now? I did. Salem says maybe do it in the third person. Well, the plan is to do it in the third person. That was the third person. Oh, you're saying when we descend, we film our descent in the third person. That's a good point. Okay, well, let's try again. So let's try just me walking off the top diagonally. So we're going to try walking off the top diagonally from right here, and then just looking at the names as I go past. Okay. Now we can slow this down in replay mod too. We can make this a lot slower. But I just want to see how it turns out first. Okay. Wait till I land. Okay. We're going to adjust this position keyframe to just remove some of the awkwardness. Whoops. Was too much. Oh yeah, we determined that this one has to be 5 where it's off. Okay. Let's tweak the other one though. Let's move that a little closer. Is that closer or further? Too close. That's the opposite of what we want. So we want 717.5 maybe? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. Honey block the edges of the tower. Oh, that would have been so smart to have done that. We didn't. I can't mess with the ideas now. This is Gem and Pearl's tower idea. Salem just tipped our first 20 of the stream. He says, yay, experimentation. Thank you very much, Salem. Please direct your attention down here to where slot 9 would be. Howdy, y'all. Grow Hills here, expanding as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. D-da-dee-da-dee. D-da-dee-da-dee. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to press play. We're gonna zoom this timeline way in. Okay. So we're gonna slide that back just a little bit. Okay, now we're gonna go wait for me at the bottom. We can't get to the bottom faster than... Hold on. Huh. Okay. So now we can come back here. Nope. Hold on. Switch this one over to linear first. And we're falling faster than I fell last time. It's because this isn't accelerate. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I'm falling faster the longer I fall. I'm accelerating due to gravity. Even with the slow falling potion. Okay. Whoops. Lizzie Max says, can't you just climb down a ladder? There's not a ladder on the tower. Right? We're not gonna modify Gem and Pearl's beautiful tower. Just so that we can fall more gradually. We're gonna play with keyframes. Okay. So we step off, step off, step off, step off. There's a little bit of get Zed. He finds all the funny ways to fall fast or slow. Yeah. Yeah, this is replay mod. What if we use a separate tower with a ladder and spyglass the signs from afar? Oh, that's gonna look terrible. Okay. Yeah, we can slow down the footage later. So we can render this at like 300 frames a second, which would be 5 times slower. Okay, so okay, cancel. We're gonna make sure that this one's set to linear as well. Okay, so here's what we want to do. We want to take video frame rate. We can slow it down by setting that to 120. But you know what? I don't think I want to accept that. Hold on. You see this -R FPS here? We're just gonna set that to 300. And then we're gonna forget how we did that and be annoyed. Okay. So we're gonna find out, okay, if it's rendering at all, that's a good sign. I feel like 300 frames a second, this is more than 5 seconds. I don't think that hard coding in that 500 worked. Okay. So okay, so we're going to need to tweak that part right there. The keyframing gets off a little bit when it bounces my head up a lot. Okay. That definitely, yeah, I'm going to play this while Scar and I are talking about all the people who help support the stream. We're going to have this playing in the foreground and then have like a smaller window with Scar and I chatting with Cub. Length, 5 seconds. Okay. That did not work right. Oh, no, it has 300 frames a second in here. Okay, something went wrong. Hold on. Why is it? Okay, we're going to go back to video settings here. No, not this. The render settings. Yeah, let's go fix that, because I don't... Something went wrong there. Okay, let's actually stretch this out here. It shouldn't have rendered as a 5-second clip, though, because it should have rendered as a 13-second clip. So something went wrong already. Okay, so this is 33 to 46 seconds. So that's right. That 13 is right. How will you read the text if it's in a small window? This will be in the large window. The small window with Scar and I will be displayed on this pillar. So you'll have me flying down here looking at the names. And then you'll have like a floating window of Scar and I chatting. But we're just standing in the nether talking about the charity event for 25 minutes. So we can't have this only take 13 seconds is the other thing. Okay, so we're going to do a few things here. One, okay, we're going to take this 13 seconds and we're going to put that at, so that's 13 seconds, 51 milliseconds. We're going to put that at 2 minutes and 20 seconds. That's about 140. That's 10 times slower. Lizzie Mack tips 31 and says bigger face so we can all see the concentration. Thank you very much, Lizzie Mack. Boom. 20 gets us one face camera expansion milestone, and then another 11 gets us more than halfway to the next one. Here we go. Please direct your attention down here to the bottom left so I can say expand Joe. Do 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 do. Okay. Okay. So the thing is, the keyframes we have so far are all going to be wrong now. But also, I think we want to adjust this entire... We want to change the whole framing. Now that I've had time to look at this, these keyframes were experimental, and they're garbage, and they're out of here. Okay, the way we're actually going to shoot this now. Whoops, that one we actually kind of wanted. But, okay. So, okay, if we are going 10 times longer... Where was that keyframe at? That was at 6 seconds. So, wow, is it really going to be 60 seconds before I fall off this thing then? That seems kind of like a huge waste of rendering. Okay. What's the schedule for reading Moby Dick? We read it on Saturday nights. Okay. So, okay, I think what we actually want to do with the framing is put the scar in my conversation. Oh, this is where it gets weird. We need to have... What if we have the names here, and then we have the conversation between Scar and I back there? Behind... Yeah. There's a Moby Dick playlist if you guys want to catch up. I'm terrible at finding things. Moby Dick playlist. Is this the process for every video? Different videos have different processes because we have different artistic goals for each. This is... We're using the same tool we would use for other videos, but we're trying to accomplish something different than usual. But yeah, this is how this is how replay mod works, is you figure out what you want to do, you figure out where the camera needs to go and when the camera needs to go there, and then you kind of boss the camera around. It's kind of like you're flying a drone on a predetermined path. Okay. So, let's say that I wanted to have the camera at my eye level here. And that we're going to put the conversation with Scar in the upper left corner above my head. Okay. So we want these numbers to be stuff that we can type in easily. So negative 12.5 would be better if it still works. Does it still work? Great. Negative 3.6 would be easier to type repeatedly. The other stuff is all going to be kind of random, but... Actually, do we want the pitch? Yeah, we want the pitch to be looking slightly up, because that's going to make it easier to have the camera with... Okay, so we want the X position, and the Y position is going to be random, but the other two, we want to consolidate... Okay, are these okay? Oh, that's way better, actually. Because I'm going to have to type in some of these numbers manually as we go. So... Here's what we're going to do, is we're going to come down here until we're... basically we're going to assume that where we want to be at the end here is right there. So let's jump forward to that time code. Okay. Of course it's not working. Dang it. Okay, so actually what we want to do here is we want to come up higher. Okay, so let's see how this goes. And we're already doing this wrong. Okay, that's fine. Why does it keep changing my camera angle? Okay, we're going to set this one to linear as well on the interpreter. So it'll stop doing that dumb thing it was doing. Make sure that one's set to linear as well. I'm not used to working with stuff in this degree of slow motion, so things are a little off what I would normally do. Okay, so there's where I step off. Okay, so I should be... So we want the camera to keep my eyes toward the center here. And now it's just completely wrong. Where did I go? Oh, apparently I fell that far out of frame. Really? How did I do that? Something is wildly wrong here. But why is it wrong? Did somebody really pay to put $200 on the sign? Okay. The problem is, if I accelerate more as I fall faster, the signs at the bottom are going to get read more quickly. Yeah, let's think about this. I'm probably better off trying something with the wings. We just got to figure out what. Yeah. Okay, so this approach is smart in some ways, but not in others. Because I'm realizing all of these extra keyframes I'm putting in mean that the writing is going to move faster toward the bottom. So one option is to have me fall past at the beginning. Okay, let's say we remove... Okay, let's say we remove all of these interim ones here. So I fall past at the beginning and then we catch up to me at the end. That's funny in a different way. And it gives us linear movement. Quank, yeah, that's exactly my point. Is it's kind of funny in some ways if we just have me fall out of the frame in the beginning and then we catch up to me at the end. I think that that'll work, actually. Also, I should have done this with my helmet off. So we're gonna probably end up redoing this again. So, yeah, so I've gone out of frame here. But as I start falling faster, I'm going to catch back up with it. But I think we need to redo this without the armor on. And what I can do is I can have the window of Scar and I talking get pushed out of the way as my feet come down on it or something. Yeah, now I come into frame here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think we have the rough concept here. Would engaging the elytra alter your fall speed in a useful way? We've tried that Democrates, but it kind of moves me around way too much. I can't maintain my solid downward drop. Okay, well, here's what we're going to try. We're going to turn the video frame rate back to 60 for this. I want to see if this actually encodes properly this time. Let's get rid of the name tag. We're not going to chroma key the sky or anti-alias. I want to see how many frames it puts in here. 8,400. Okay, that sounds about right. Okay. So it's rendering. Honestly, I think we're going to keep this one. We got to do the other 4 sides, but we'll do the other ones without the armor. If I bounce on a sliding block, I'd keep bouncing in and out of frame. Well, that's not exactly what we're going for either. But, yeah. I don't know how high I would bounce back up off a slime block either, is the thing. I don't, like, this is a really tall tower. I don't think we'd be far. I think I would hit the bottom, maybe, before, I don't know. Okay. Well, if you guys enjoy the show so far, just as a reminder, tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. We are currently $9 away from the next face camera expansion milestone. Whew. I'm feeling good about this. I think if this is successful, then the stream is set up. And I have had some people asking me, Joe, when will your stream begin?
8:30 p.m. the usual streaming setup. Turn on the lights, make sure they're bright and gleam. Title and tweet, pour water, tank top and chroma. OBS seems all set, so I click start the stream, and so I'll pause folding and open VLC. I'll pick 2 songs before lay our head down and dream. I'll say that's us to y'all, Joe Hills from Tennessee. Folks asking when will my stream begin? After howdy, it's items and chest tools breaking. Pickaxe from poof while talking to you professional Minecrafter here, there's no mistaking. Then I'll click crafting quick, anvil time, enchant pick, then I'll replace the books in random chests with care. I'll tour my winery, I know there's blocks somewhere, and then I'll hush and hush and hush and hush chat swears, not any closer to recording. Folks keep asking and asking and asking and asking, when will my stream begin? Seriously, y'all, I need to record this next episode. I've been working toward. I can't edit without footage, no. Once I'm all geared up, maybe we can start the show.
Maybe we can start the show. Let's take down that setting up stream now sign. Woo! Alrighty. We are back. Let's show a preview. That's looking good. That seems like about the rate we want the frames to be rolling in at. This is looking okay. Oh, I'm looking at that sign super good. Looking at the whole thing. Boom, 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 boom. So I fall past there, but then we catch up with me. Excuse me. Okay. So let's load that up and see how it goes, right? Okay. That's not the right one. Hold on. That can't possibly be the correct file. This is the worst. Why does Windows give me this information in this way? Yeah, 2 minutes and 20 seconds is the one we want. Okay, so we're gonna cut in on this a little bit. We're not gonna use the entire beginning of this. Usually the first few seconds of any replay mod file are kind of garbage because it takes time for stuff to load in. Okay. So we're gonna roll. Bum, bum, bum. Gonna roll off the edge. Okay. Any second. There's a lot more loading in here than I thought. I'm gonna jump ahead a bit. Okay. So this is when we start to move. Yeah, that seems fine. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so now we got the framing set up right. Okay. I'm thinking that's looking like what we're looking for, right? That seems about readable to me. Okay. And like if you pause that, it's legible. Okay. Okay. Then we start falling. Okay, cool. Let's close that up for now. Okay, and we will take a picture. Take a picture. We've done our proof of concept there. And multiplayer, we're going to go back on the server real quick. This time we're going to take off some of these extra layers. How long do we have on slow falling? 38 seconds. That's probably long enough to get up here. Oh, no. Okay. Okay. Marker. Oh. Marker. Okay, so we're gonna, how long do we have? 7 seconds. Gonna go up to the top again. That is ludicrous. Okay, so we've got 4 minutes of slow falling left. We gotta get this going. And we are going to chug this. Marker. Drop. marker. Back up. Didn't get the marker for that one, but that's probably fine. Okay. Dawn Fire Rose says one of the signs is blank. Someone anonymous might have paid for a blank sign. We had some strange requests like that. I didn't handle exactly that request, but I saw enough stuff like that come through. I'm not going to worry about it. We had people going back and checking everybody's work on those. If one of the signs is blank, it's supposed to be at this point, believe me. Oh boy, we spent a lot of time QAing this thing, which is part of the reason that I'm not recording this until now. Hey, iJevin Raiders, welcome. We are just doing replay mod stuff. Here, I'll show you, guys. So this is replay mod. If you've never seen it before, this is a mod that captures network traffic between the Minecraft server and your game. And then you can use that to basically pilot around a camera drone through a replay of your gameplay from before. And that's how we make fancy time lapses and stuff like that. I'll show you the video we just got done making. So this is what I was working on before you guys got here. Let me tweak this real quick. So I was making a slow-mo fall past one of these sign walls from the charity stream. I have like a 10-minute conversation with Scar where we talk about the charity stream stuff, and it's just us standing in the nether. We're not doing anything visual during the conversation. So I'm going to take that conversation and I'm going to have us having it in like a small window, like above me here. So you see where this blue is, the sky? We'll have a little window of Scar and I talking up there while we scroll past all these names, right? So we are just in process of making that work. And so basically I've recorded myself in replay mod falling past each of these signs. So the camera is moving at a linear rate down the wall of signs, but I'm falling at a non-linear rate because of acceleration due to gravity. So you'll see me kind of like dropping past as the game ticks speed me up. Because we're moving slowly, you can see the tug of each tick of the game applying acceleration due to gravity to me. It's like, oh no, I've fallen out of frame and I can't get up. Oh, yep, I'm here on the ground. Right? So we did that for this first wall here. So now we're going to do that for each of these other three sides. And that shouldn't take incredibly long. One thing I do need to check is I need to check how long I had in the other replay between the drop and the landing. So we're going to open up this one. You might spot your name. I'm not sure which of the three walls it's on. But okay. So if we come back here to this one here, this is the drop starts at 1 minute and ends at 2:20. So there's 1:20, basically. We have some lag at the beginning. Yeah. So, yeah, this is the one you just saw. This is the replay file for that. So, yeah. I come up here, and then I'm falling. Falling. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, cool. So, yeah, that 1:20 was the only thing I really needed. So we're going to exit here. When Scar showed the monument in his video, Witters writes that it showed my name and I let out an undignified screech. I'm sure a lot of hermits are going to be showing this in some way in their videos, but we want we want people who gave to, be able to see it, because on the stream it was so chaotic, not everybody got a chance to see that sort of thing. Okay, so here's where I'm about to fall. And we're going to... Okay. So we're going to start that slightly before. And then there. And then when I hit the bottom, Actually, let's back this up. Five seconds. Okay, so then at the 5-second mark, which will be here, we want to still be there. Let me make sure that this is got the framing we want. It doesn't exactly. Okay, so the framing we want is more like this. We want to have those signs like just barely touching the edge there. We want to have me in the shot. Okay, so we're going to adjust. I think the pitch was -3 on the other one. Okay. So at 125, we want to hit the bottom. So we're going to wait at the bottom for me to hit. There's that acceleration due to gravity. Okay. So we're going to have to move this out significantly. But that's fine. Okay. So that we're going to put at 125. Oh, I didn't think that through, did I? So 18 seconds. So this one's going to be at the 23-second mark. Okay. Okay, because we're going to have a time shift. Okay, so here we want to have this. Okay. So let's do a quick test fall here. Yeah, gravity speeds me up every game tick. And we're going slow motion here. So we're moving, the camera is moving slow enough that you can actually see the movement. Or you can see the tug of gravity when the ticks hit in between the frames. This is only during, there was a 2-hour segment on Sunday where we had a limited number of these tower spots. Yeah, okay. So this is going to be a problem already. Because we haven't fallen off yet. Okay. So, is this the moment we're actually about to fall? Okay, we are falling now. Okay. At that time. Now that means we need to push this out to 130. And we also need to push that out to 130. I think this should work. Yeah, so when we set up the monolith, we had a thing that people could select on the we had like a special thing set up where they entered the name they wanted, and it was limited to 200 of the yellow sign names and I think something like 800 of the other names. Tango did the math so that based on how quickly he thought we could do the signs to fit them all in 2 hours, basically. But like this was a limited part of the stream. And even in that time period, if you weren't one of the first 200, you wouldn't get the yellow sign because they would automatically sell out once everybody had claimed that reward. And like I said, in post-production here, I'm going to slide the video of Scar and I talking over on the left side. Okay, yeah, this is going to work. This is going to work. Great. I'm feeling good about this. The question is, though, why did that stop there? Yeah, this replay mod tool is a really cool tool that lets us do all sorts of fun stuff in post-production. Okay. So this is looking good to me then. So then what we're going to do is we're going to jump forward to here. And we're going to come over to this tower. This side of the tower here. Dang it, I just barely missed it. Uh, 57 seconds. Gonna make sure we set that to linear on the default interpolator. Oh, well, that's not right, because that's... Okay, let's... It might be a little bit hubristic of I to try to do all of this in one go, but you know me. Okay, I should be hitting the ground any time now. Why didn't I hit the ground? Did I miss it already? Yep, I clearly already hit the ground there. Okay. If I don't want this to have any shimmy to it, I have to go straight down and then place it. Okay. Now this is at 132, so this one needs to be moved to 252. And this... Liliana Ray says, I'm also pretty new, so this is great. Thank you very much. Yeah, this is, I do a lot of my video production stuff on stream, so everybody can learn from it if they're interested. It's not for everybody, but, you know, if you don't like the behind-the-scenes stuff, you can always watch the episodes. That's how I see it. Okay, so now we're going to play normal speed until I go back up here. Okay, I'm going back up there. I'm going to land. Oh, and I immediately just start falling there on that one. So we're going to come in this way. So our final shot, we've got the coolest stuff in the background. That's kind of how I framed this on purpose. Because this one here will have like the fireworks shop and stuff, I think, maybe. What else is going to load in back there? Can we get the... Yeah, I think we want the fireworks shop in the background. But it's kind of hard to get that in there. Grumble, grumble. Got Joel's place a little bit. Okay, so we're going to come here. I set that, this one here to linear. Oh, wait. So it doesn't do an overshoot there. Okay. So we're going to come down to the bottom here and wait for me to land. Did I land out of frame? Well, in some ways that's an excuse for me to keep the fireworks shop in frame the whole time. Let's try this a different way. Well, I'm still out of frame now, though. Let's think this through. 254 plus 120 is 414. So we need to go to 414. We need to put in this time code, and we need to drag that over there. We're going to go back up to the top here. And then we're going to see... Okay, let's see how this goes. If we just play from that camera position there. This is what goes on when I yell time skip, basically. Okay. So we're going down this one. You should see me fall past toward the end of this. Okay. Do I not fall past here? Okay, so then we cut to there. Oh, I fell way too far outward was the problem there. I don't think we're going to catch me again, though, even with the camera panning out. I have mixed feelings about how this is going to come out. Okay, I see a particle that implies I'm nearby. I do like having like Joel's stuff and whatnot in the background there. I think that's cool. Yeah, I think we're gonna redo this last bit. We're gonna go refilm this with me falling off and hugging the building better. So we're just gonna we're gonna use the first two sides that I fell down here. So let's jump to this part of the timeline here. Okay, so I should be about to fall. Still haven't fallen yet. Still haven't fallen yet. Still haven't fallen yet. This might be part of why we were having some timing issues with the ending of this, as apparently I didn't have the beginning right. I really jumped way further back there, didn't I? Yeah. That's why we couldn't see me later. It's not a huge problem, but it is less fun not having me in the shot. Crazy Silverado apparently bought a lot of signs. There's Ecolog's name. I know Ecologs. Queen Dark Lady, Mr. Hardlock. Manuel says, good job at the event. Thank you. Yeah, so the problem is, by the end here, I'm actually, like, standing back there. You know, it's fine if it's not the same every time. I think it's fine for one of them to be that way. Or I kind of drift out of frame, but we do want to adjust the timing some, because if this is 2:02, I need to put a new time thing in there. Was this my first time meeting any hermit in person? No, I met some of the hermits in person before HermitCraft existed. I knew B-dubs before HermitCraft existed. So this is at what time code? 1 minute, 2 seconds. So we're going to move that back there. So at 1:34. So then this one needs to be at 2:54. I've gotten to hang out with the hermits in person plenty. Dun dun dun. Which hermits have I not met yet, IRL? I think XB, Asuma, Doc, Cub, maybe? I don't think I've met Cub. Okay, so let's try this. So, at this point in the fall, where am I in relation to the frame? I'm there. I fall past. Oh, I haven't met Etho. Good point, yeah. How did B-dubs and I meet? Oh, we met in Vegas at Minecon Vegas in like a long time ago. Okay. Okay. I feel like this one is fine. But we need to go and use the end of our potion thing. We've only got a little bit of time left on our potion, so we have to immediately fly up there and fall off and not screw it up this time. How much time do we have left? 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Okay, so we're going to stop. We're going to look at this. And we're going to get our spyglass out and take our pickaxe out of our offhand. I think I fell into the frame a little bit, but let's see how that worked. Have I purchased a new abacus? Yes. This one I have marked with the date I got it, which is 29 March 2024, because it was actually really hard for me to figure out what day I got the original abacus. Oh, and just as a reminder, we are $9 away from our next face camera expansion milestone. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Somebody says, what is this for? This is for my HermitCraft episode celebrating the Gamers Outreach event. I've got a whole little interview with Scar that while I'm having the interview with Scar, we're going to do slow motion of me panning past this tower. So that everybody can see. Okay. So everybody has a chance to see their names. Yeah, the original Abacus did bring in $4,902, which is kind of a lot of dollars, let me tell you. I was not expecting that. The way Scar put it was, he was like, Joe, that's more than an entire Gamers Outreach card. And I was like, oh my gosh. I didn't think of it that way. That's pretty wild. Okay, so we're going to start up here. Okay. Okay, and then we're going to drop down to here. What was the craziest thing that happened? I don't know. I'm bad at ranking things. Also, I'm like trying to think spatially right now to get this to work right. So give me a second. Can you give me like a more specific question? That's kind of too vague, right? Hey Alice, thank you for the 10. That's gonna get us one past our next face camera expansion milestone. Please direct your attention down here to the lower left so I can expand Joe. Because arguably, yeah, like if you ask a question like that, I'm going to say the first thing that comes to my mind, which is the Abacus went for $4,900. But we just got done saying that, so that's not a fun answer to your question. But, like, I mean, that is pretty wild that it went for that much, right? I would not have anticipated that. So we're going to wait for me to land. Okay. We're going to move that to a minute 20. Let's move it to a minute 22. Okay. And then we want to play real time from there, I think. Do I just stand there looking dumb? Yeah, that's the whole file. Okay, never mind. Okay, so let's do a quick playback of this. Okay, Rob D says, I bid on lots of your items, but the Hermit fans are so generous that things got well out of my price range. Yeah, that's the thing is, honestly, like, I would not have been able to afford to bid on that stuff either, believe me. I was, you know, very pleased with the generosity of the community. But yeah, that's definitely for folks who are in a different phase of their life than I am. Okay, I think we want to move this up to right when I drop off the side there. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so it's gonna bring me down. So this is at 118, 119, so we need to bump that out to 149, actually. We're gonna do the same for that one. And then the pacing should match everything else. Okay. So render name tags off. So we're gonna hit render. Hey, real quick, looks like we got another tip rolling in. Let's see who that's from while that gets going. It's thanks to George tipping 30. Thank you, George. So let's see. we were 10 away from... No, wait. No, we were 20 even away from the next face camera expansion milestone, I guess. Was there a beat already pushed over? I don't think there was. My brain is melted. I'm like... It's been such a wild week. Okay, I think we're 10 past. But if I'm screwing that up, let me know, guys. So, yeah. Here we go. Expand Joe. Do. Thank you so much, George. Yeah. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Did I meet Stress when I was in the UK? No. I met Stress in Nashville when when there was like a Minecraft live streamed out of Nashville. I was 1 away earlier. Now I'm 9 away. Was I 1 away or 1 past? I must have been 1 past. So now I'm... Wait, does that make sense? Yeah. I was 1 past earlier, so now I'm 9 away. Thank you. Yeah. We got it. We solved it. Woo! This is the replacement Joe Abacus. It's got the date that I bought it on it, 29 March 2024. I wish I had written the date. I got the other one on it. It took me about 20 minutes to find the tweet where I referenced when I bought it. Oh, good luck on your chemistry test, Ash. Woo. Okay. Stretching out a little bit. Stretching out a little bit more. Woo. Stretching out this way, that way. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. So, let's just real quick eyeball this. Okay, I like having Joel's stuff loaded in the background there. I think that looks nice. We got the fireworks factory. We got the names scrolling past. Lost Cult Music, thank you for the additional 3. That's going to put us now only 6 away from our next expansion and the entrance of the Joust. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I did not realize how many things I had basically said, I don't have time to worry about that right now. I'll worry about that after I get back from my trip. So I've been trying to power through all of my... I apparently had a lot of things where I was like, we'll schedule that later. So now it's time to schedule all of that. Hey, we got a first tip ever from Harl, who writes, longtime listener, first time tipper, love your unique perspective on everything. Thank you, Harl. And that's 20 rolling in. So that's 6, and then puts us 14 past that next expansion milestone. So please direct your attention down here to the lower left. Oof. Y'all have seen that money go straight to my head with each face camera expansion milestone we hit. But now, like Jacob Marley, these chains I forged in life are about to be pulling me down to the deep below. Enter the Joust. Boom, 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 boom. Lowering the Joe Pasty now to 90%. NJ says, oh yeah, speaking of scheduling, don't worry, NJ. I have reached out to all 3 judges for the Patreon build contest. I'm going to try and lock down a day. I was going to do end of April, but we got some concerns about having it overlap with Passover, so I'm pushing it to early May. But that should work better. So once I get all 3 judges to confirm the date. NJ says, not what I meant, but good to hear. What did you mean? Did you mean we need to schedule our quarterly next problem new business meeting? Or do we need to schedule... We just did our quarterly planning stream. What else do we have to schedule? Oh. Daniel says Joe's just flexing his biceps. No, I'm just stretching. The way the lighting in here makes them look really defined. They're not. That's just absolutely a trick of the light. Which is funny to me, because it's like, wow, I look ripped. I am not ripped at all. Okay. Okay, so it looks like that render turned out all right. I'll pull it up for you guys to look at real quick. Bum 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 bum. La da dun dee da da dee dee. Dun 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 la da dun 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 dun. And she says I messaged you in our other channel. Oh well, I can't see that while I'm streaming, unless I go do stuff. Let me go do stuff so I can see that. The camera's just very supportive. Oh, NJ or Queen Dark Lady says you need to unmod me on Twitch. Can do /unmod Queen Dark Lady. Yeah, thank you for working over the charity stream, Queen Dark Lady. Okay. Oh yeah, NJ, we can push our call to 7:15 tomorrow. That's fun. Yeah. So this is gonna look fine during the call with Scar. So I think we want to get maybe a flyby of the tower. But okay, yeah, now that we know that this looks good, we're gonna disconnect from this replay file, and I will load up this other one here, the one we just did before. That has the other two segments in it. Great. And we are gonna start the render on that. Okay. Yep, so there's me falling into the frame at the end. I've got my eye stethoscope looking at the thing. I should get a real one of those for the studio. So I can, like, look at stuff. Okay. Art Omelet says, you always slay no matter the lighting, Joe. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Let's see what we're doing over here. I like the sign name for the three wardens from Decked Out too. Oh, that's funny. I didn't see. I've only had a chance to see my signs. I see some familiar names. There's Edward Bentel's name. Dun 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 dun. Ooh. I am wiped out. I did not sleep well last night. I was having a hard time falling asleep, and then I was like, you know what? I probably forgot. Let me check the locks. Sometimes it's like if I can't sleep, it's like, maybe I forgot to do something. So I go downstairs to check if I locked the doors, and the laundry is sitting there, hasn't been moved. So then I had to move the laundry along, and my dryer only works if you like keep turning it on every so often because it powers down on its own. I have like this entire apartment is just full of stuff that barely works. So it's like, so then I had to babysit the dryer for another hour after I already couldn't sleep. So it's fine. It's fine. But I'm probably going to fall asleep pretty quick tonight because I am wiped out. So, okay. Bum bum bum. Do 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 do. Dun, dun, dun. Please don't yell in all caps. Gonna time you out so you don't do that. Take some time to read the rules so you don't get timed out like a fool. Okay. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. I'm really happy with how I feel like this is a reasonable pace for this. For these drops. Looking good. I was really worried I wasn't going to have a way to put this into the video until I got to that 10 to 20 minute conversation with Scar, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, we just stand on the nether roof and talk. How am I going to turn this into a video? It's like, I'll put the two together. Yay! I've got conversation with no visual and visual with no audio. What do I do? Dun, 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 dun. Do, 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 do. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, so feeling good about this. So the camera's going to jump here. I'm going to have a manual cut because we've got two of these falls, or two of these descents. So the camera's going to fly up here while I fly up there. So this part won't be in the video. This is just kind of a weird replay mod bridging the gap between the two segments. So unless I screwed it up, in which case this is why we're watching the preview, so I can fix it. No, I did it right! Awesome! Yeah. Okay, great. Sometimes when you do that, if you forget to turn off the camera momentum, like you can give the camera like some inertia, right? And if you forget to turn off the inertia on the camera, and then you switch between two views like that really quickly, the camera will just keep going and then like swing back like a boomerang and then completely wreck your next shot. I kind of feel like it would have been funny if I pulled the camera out slightly here. Like just at this point, if I had pulled the camera out, because this gray wall has nothing to it, right? But I can always put commentary or text or something in there in post-production. Yeah. A lot of editing is just looking at what you have and going, where are the gaps we need to fill in? And that wall is a gap. Kathleen writes, I'm excited for the world download eventually. I'll be able to find my family's donation. Yeah, no, that's really exciting, you know, but we don't want people to have to wait for the world download. So different hermits are finding different ways to, you know, make sure that this gets showcased in their videos or on their streams. And this is my effort. But yeah, it'll be great when the world download goes out. But I am not ready to rush the end of this season. I have a lot to do. I spent like an hour and 40 minutes terraforming while watching Gem earlier. Because, like, I was supposed to be working on other stuff, but I was like, my brain's tired. I tried to take a nap, and then I couldn't take a nap. It's like, I'm too awake to take a nap, and I'm too tired to do anything that requires a lot of thinking. So I'm just going to listen to Gem talking about how her flight home went and do some terraforming. So that was nice. Aurora Borealis. Yeah, my streams are intended to be background noise for people getting stuff done, whether it's playing games or doing art. I'm not trying to make a high intensity visual experience. Like the episodes definitely have a lot more kind of eyeball grabbing intent to them. Like what I'm making now, I want people to be able to watch later. But like during this part, no, just do your homework or read or whatever. The permit office is real, and it's called Canada Air.
Juliet Gray says the streaming scale is Orion sound to Joe Hills. I still have my Ollie mode for the camera. Hey everybody, what's going on? It's me and I'm full stream and the background is a different color now. Wah! We're gonna turn off Ollie mode. I don't have the energy for that. Wait, where's the actual... What mode am I supposed to be in? Oh, it reinitialized that. There we go. Hey, Barbie's little sister. Kelly, I hope you're doing well. Barbie's little sister says, my family stream just ended. I'm glad I got to catch yours. Yeah, you came in at a fun time. I was just waving my arms and yelling. But you knew that because you saw it when you arrived. Okay. So I think we want maybe an establishing shot of the tower. The problem is we can't go too far out from it, or we lose the signs. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not. Mineral says, where is the tower located? It's located here. South. Is this south? Sunrise is in the east. Yes, it's in the south. Near the world border. What mod is this? This is called Replay Mod. It basically stores all the network traffic between your computer and the server and then lets you play it back at your own speed, placing the camera anywhere you want. Okay. Why do we have a world border on asked Barbie's little sister? Great question. So when Minecraft gets a big update, a lot of times they'll add features that you have to go to new parts of the world in order to generate, right? Like the new features won't generate in parts of the world you've already visited. So what we normally do is, because we know that the people who make Minecraft add new features like that usually about 3 to 6 months into our season, right? We slam a world border kind of really close to where we are all living. So we can go as far as we want in 3 dimensions. But then we've got the world border here. So when the big update comes out in like June or July or whatever, we don't have to go a million blocks away to get to an unexplored part of the world. We just destroy the world border and go across there. Does that make sense? Yeah. It's not that we're waiting for a particular update like, oh man, I gotta have this update now. It's that there's always an update like that. It's just a standard precaution. So, yep. Yeah, replay mod is Axe Mix in the YouTube chat says replay mod is one of the most confusing things to me ever. You get used to it. You get used to it. But yeah, it's you gotta think about how cameras. Basically, imagine you're creating a path for a camera drone, and the keyframes are like where you're like go from here to here, and you can kind of set the acceleration ramps and things like that for how much you want it to speed up and slow down as it approaches those points, or whether it should maintain speed or blend from one to another. There's a lot to it, but at the end of the day, it lets you make videos in Minecraft of stuff you've already done. That's why it's called replay mod, you know? Okay. Let me make sure we haven't missed any tips over here. Just as a reminder, tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat, and we are currently $6 away from the next face camera expansion milestone. Okay, so let's connect to the server here. Okay. So we have completed. So now we're back in-game live, right? Now the thing is, as you can see, like moving around in-game sometimes is a little bit chunky, a little bit stuttery sometimes while new areas are loading in and stuff.
So that's the other thing too. You can use replay mod to have things be smoother on the replay than they were in the original recording. So let's say we're doing something where we blow up like 1,000,000 TNT and my recording frames per second drops to like 3 or 4. I can have replay mod re-render that and just tell replay mod, hey, just take as long as you need to render each frame. We're in no rush. And it might take 6 seconds to render one frame, but that frame will look great. And it'll go right before and right after the ones, like da-da-da-da-da. So then you get these really smooth videos of stuff that would have been hard to capture right in the first place. Colorful Conk says, why is your head always on the screen? Oh, a lot of streamers now use face cameras. Hi, this is mine. And it gets bigger when people tip, and we hit certain tipping milestones, and we are $6 away from the next one, if anyone would like to demonstrate that. Okay. So, let's see. Oh, that's really cool how false labeled that chest. I don't think any of these are mine. Oh, nope, that one is mine. These two are both mine, actually. Okay. So we're going to take those back with us. Yeah, because I brought a bunch of scaffolds over. We're going to leave the bed for right now. And we can go back to my area and do some terraforming. Or, actually, maybe we'll do some lagoon planning. Because that's a little bit more thought requiring. Juliet Graves, tip in 10, says, a demonstration. That gets us 4 past our next face camera expansion milestone. Please direct your attention right here, because I'm about to... Whoops, that's the wrong layer. Is this... Where's the right layer? Give me the camera layer. Expand Joe. Do. Lowering the Joe opacity now to 80%. Each time the camera gets bigger, we also experience a reduction in Joe opacity. That puts us now 16 away from the next face camera expansion milestone. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Okay. I feel like I'm flying so slow. Oh, it's because of the slow falling. I wasn't able to accelerate on the down slope. Good evening, Lily Coy Lucy. Glad you could join us in the Twitch chat there. Da-da-da. I haven't flown around much since I was on my trip, so I actually need to kind of fly by some things to make sure that we're getting the latest versions of all the chunks. Probably should also eat some of these. And we're getting too far away to even hear or see. Okay, and I feel like that's not the best way to go. Yeah, let's make sure we get the latest of Jules' area and Impulse's stuff with the... So for the Bobby mod, it caches the chunks as you fly through them. And then we'll render them in the distance later, even when the server hasn't given you updated versions of them. So it's good to fly around every so often. So that way, when I have like people's bases in the backgrounds of my shots, they're not like wildly out of date. People will be like, when did you film this? It's like, I didn't film... I filmed it yesterday, but I haven't flown over there for a while, so it's from the past. Dang it. Didn't show that very well. Uh-oh. Wrong button. Not great. Don't do that. Yeah, Bobby mod is very cool. Welcome to the future. Hey, we got a tip rolling in from the Grumpy Bunny for 16. Thank you, Grumpy Bunny, who writes, Grow Hills. Yes, indeed, it is time to grow hills. Do. And we are going to lower the Joe opacity now to 70%. Thank you very much, the Grumpy Bunny. Okay. So we're going to go up here. And then we're kind of approaching the boundaries between me and B-dubs. So you can see B-dubs is stuff over there. There's this tree. Oh, has Doc put in... Oh, no, that was just a visual glitch. Okay. I was going to say, I've been waiting for Doc to get started on his work over here. Is it in Michigan I met most hermits IRL? No, I think I've met more hermits IRL at other events. But this was my first time getting to meet Gem and Pearl and Grian, so that was fantastic. But also, thank you to Book Fanatic, who opens with a Moby Dick introduction reference. Call me Book Fanatic. The stream weekend was great, and I'm looking forward to your next episode. So thank you very much, Book Fanatic. That 20 is going to get us evenly to our next face camera expansion milestone. Here we go. It's time to expand. Jost. Here we go. It is the most obnoxious face camera expansion milestone. It is the Tony Stark helmet cam. At this point, the camera can't really cover more of the screen. It's going to keep getting bigger, but we've dropped to 60% opacity, and we will keep dropping that opacity each time we hit a milestone. So everybody who's tipped this far has been making the camera more obnoxious. Everyone who tips past this point will be making the camera less obnoxious, because as it continues to grow, it will continue to reduce in opacity. So there we go. Yeah, Pearl was amazing. Everybody on the HermitCraft server is such a joy to work with. I was really excited to get to hang out with so many people. Okay. Have I met Cleo? Yep. How was it? It was just like hanging out with Cleo normally. Like, Cleo and I don't really have, like, personas, like, for what we do. We're just us. So, like, when Cleo and I have our craft streams and hang out, that's the same thing, you know? Okay, so let's think this through. We had some amethyst that I was using as markers in this box. And we have these extra scaffolds that I want to unload. Okay. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, where can we put these surplus scaffolds? How about here? How about now? How about we grab them anyhow? Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so those are going to go there. Hey, we got a raid from Hot Nudge! Howdy, Hot Nudge. Okay, well, I should set up my second camera. People are going to be like, why are we raiding this guy who's playing Minecraft? Well, my biggest Minecraft project from last season on HermitCraft was working on a colossal scale pinball machine that was 256 meters deep in-game and 128 meters wide. And that prototype that I designed in-game in HermitCraft, I am now working on actually building during my Wednesday craft streams in plywood. This is a physical machine. Well, it's not a machine yet. It's a lot of posts and screws and rubber, and like basically the plan is to take the design that I prototyped in game in Minecraft and start just drilling holes in this piece of plywood, attaching things, cutting some foam, trying the Scott Denisi direct flipper wiring method to do some geometry testing, and hopefully have something that I can bring with me to conventions to play with viewers and hang out when I'm hanging out with people and doing signings and stuff. So, yeah. So I am loosely pinball related. Most of my streams these days are not directly pinball, but my Wednesday craft streams, Wednesday mornings, I'm going to be working on this prototype. So I hope that some of y'all come hang out. I'm a huge fan of Hot Nudge. Got to meet them at Chicago Pinball Expo after watching their stream for quite a while during the pandemic. That was a real light in the darkness. So thank you to Hot Nudge again for the raid. And so let's go back over here to HermitCraft. Where's the... Yeah, there it is. Oh, yeah. Also, sorry, the camera... If you're new to the stream, you might not know the camera gets bigger when people tip. We're currently $20 away from our next tipping expansion milestone. This is the most awkward camera size, so you guys came in at the most awkward camera size moment. Queen Dark Lady says, by the way, Manu says it's crazy that you're trying to build a pinball machine. It's one of the hardest things you can do. I know! But, like, this entire show is me doing stuff that takes way more time than any rational person would spend on anything. And it kind of works. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Yeah, I am not going to lie. This prototype over here is going to take me a very long time. I'm going to get a lot of things wrong, and it will be entertaining for you to watch because it's challenging. But, yeah, anyway. So, yeah, thank you again to Hot Nudge. Oh, we got a tip rolling in. Let's show off how the abacus works. Wizard of Docs tips 20 and says, I'm a helper, or maybe an enabler. That is going to get us to our next expansion milestone. So here we go. Expand. Jost. Do-do-do-do. Lowering the Joe opacity now to 50%. We're also going to increase the camera resolution some. Now that it's gotten bigger, we want those glasses to be well-defined. There we go. We've tweaked the lighting some, I guess, when we turned on the ring light for the other thing. Good evening, Liara. Do rational people even play Minecraft? Not so much. I mean, I try to be humorously irrational whenever I can. But, okay. So, speaking of irrational scale projects, what we are working on here... Let me get out my fireworks so we can fly... What we are working on here is removing a huge amount of mountain to make room for a scale model of the Bell Laboratories Homedale Research Campus from Monmouth County, New Jersey. This is all gotta go. We're keeping those mountains over there because they look awesome, and that will be our vantage point from which we'll be able to see the thing that I'm making room for. So, a lot of blocks to remove, a lot of blocks to place. If I pull up the what we're building link, you guys can see a Library of Congress, which is loc.gov, is libraryofcongress.gov, a Library of Congress survey of the thing we're trying to build. I've also built a 1/8 scale model of it in the Nether, which in Minecraft is like another dimension that corresponds with our world. I'll duck out of the way so you can see this a little better. And then I'm going to go up here. If I go up here, it's easier to see. Give me a second. Okay. That was almost an effective way to get up here. Hey, there we go. Okay. So... if you click on that what we're building link, you'll see a architect's survey of the landscape of the campus. And I've built a 1/8 scale map of it here in this part of the server because this dimension corresponds spatially with the overworld at 1/8 scale. It turns out in Minecraft, hell is smaller than you'd think. So basically, each of the portals that we build here in hell will correspond with the locations that they need to go to on the map that we're working on. It's a work in progress. But, yeah, this took me 17 hours to place all of these blocks. And this is a flat representation of what we're building. The actual building is and grounds is going to be 64 times larger in terms of, area. Because 1/8 scale, you got height, or not height, you got width and depth. And then we're also doing all of the terraforming. So, yeah, it's a big project. But, yeah, that's what we're working on now. And I was just going to come in here and start marking out where this lagoon, which is this blue in the center of my glasses there, is going to go. So we need to mark out where this lagoon is going to go in the overworld. Mira Kunzen says, hey, Joe, you're very funny. I saw you in the charity stream and gave you a follow. This is my first stream of yours as well. It's very interesting. I love it. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I had a lot of fun up there in Michigan with Gamers Outreach. And yeah, I appreciate you giving me a chance. Since then, that was a real blast. And Randy Nicole popping in the YouTube chat. Howdy, Randy Nicole. Okay, so we need to go mark where the lagoon is going to go. We're going to use these for that. We also need to get the fireworks out that we're going to want to use for flying around. Do-do-do-do. How did those weapons get switched? Or items. Yeah, cool. Okay. I recognize you, Randy. The fact that you're even mentioning that makes me... now I gotta go check your account to make sure that that's not... Nope. Nope, that's you. Okay. I was gonna say... I was like... That's not an impersonator, I hope. Hey, Ezra. Yeah, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Yurgi, talking about the pinball machine build, says there's definitely something to be said about the ambitious beginner approach to a craft, just diving head first and going way too big. Yeah, you're not wrong. And like because of the nature of streaming, things that take a long time and require like a lot of patient, thoughtful steps work well in terms of crafts and stuff. And so building out this pinball machine works because I already have like 2 or 3 hours blocked out every week during my craft streams. If I can line up some pinball manufacturing sponsors, like people that make parts for these sorts of machines, I might add like a second stream on like Mondays in the morning. Oh, by the way, no Monday morning stream tomorrow. I have a prior commitment, but I'm hoping to get my stream schedule back on track soon. It's just there's all these things that were backed up behind the charity stream. So now that I'm home from that, I'm catching up on everything. Okay. So, yeah, we need to pull up the map that I was working from with the lagoon. Okay, so that's in Affinity Designer 2. Open in Affinity. Probably should have had this prepared earlier, but I wasn't sure how long the replay mod stuff was going to take. Okay. Dun dun. Oh, there's another update for Affinity. I just updated it. Fine. Install the update. Whatever. Okay, so we're going to come back over here to roughly where the lagoon goes. I started marking out the lagoon with these purple blocks. So we're going to grab some more of those and start getting those in there. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, Affinity Designer 2.40. Hey, we got another tip rolling in from Steven. Thank you, Steven, for tipping 25. That's going to get us now 5 past our next face camera expansion milestone. Steven says, just got a new widescreen monitor, and the Joost is truly glorious at 3440 by 1440. I do what I can, so here we go. Expand Joost. Do-do-do-do. And lowering the opacity now to 42%. Thank you very much, Steven. That puts us 15 away from the next face camera expansion milestone. Or at least it did before Miss Gold Fox just tipped 50. So 15 gets you 1 expansion. 35 gets you a second. And then let's see, this would be 45, and 50 gets us 5 away from a third. Yeah. So 2 expansions rolling in from Miss Gold Fox. Here we go. Expand. Joost. Do-do-do-do. Also, I think Windows is trying to refocus the camera. I'm going to tweak that in a second. Lowering the opacity first to 32%. Properties. Configure video. Affinity Designer needs another update to go to 242. That's fine, I guess, Affinity Designer. We got nothing else to do. We're just... Oh, no. Oh, no, the camera window is behind the Affinity Designer I can't change the resolution. It's fine. Can't change the focus. Anyway, here we go. Expansion number 2. Do. Oops, that's the wrong button. Okay, lowering the opacity now to 24%. Okay, we're going to fix this autofocus problem. Camera, stop autofocusing. You're bad at it. We want that at like 20, I think. Yeah, that seems right. Okay. Miss Goldfox says, so excited to see you and so many hermits got together IRL for the charity event. RoboScar was fantastic. You all do amazing work, and thanks for the stream tonight. Thank you, Miss Goldfox, for supporting the arts and my show in particular. Yeah, I would not have been able to afford to go to that event if y'all weren't so generous supporting the show with tips. Because, yeah, even though they covered some of our expenses, you know, I was still out quite a bit for childcare while I was away. And some other things. So, yeah, I really appreciate the help, y'all. Because it's not cheap to have someone watch your kid for 8 days straight. Okay, so let's see. Am I going to be reading a book to chat this season? Asks Mompaka. I enjoyed last season's selections. Great question. We are 4 weeks into reading Moby Dick every Saturday night. You can check out our Moby Dick playlist here if you want to catch up. Okay. So let's see. Does Affinity have more updates to install? We're about to clear your user data. Fine. I guess. I really don't want you to do that. Just load Affinity and stop installing new updates. How many? This is... Oh, gosh. Don't update crash reports either. Okay. So, is this the Affinity window? Affinity Designer 2. Okay, it's going to take me a second to get this figured out, how we want to do this here, but, Okay. So we got the lagoon here. Okay. And we need to keep marking out kind of the outlines of the lagoon and the islands and stuff like that. Okay. Yeah, Mompaka, we're about 14 chapters into Moby Dick, but they're really short compared to Dracula. I can read 5 chapters of Moby Dick faster than 1 chapter of Dracula most of the time. There's a few longer chapters in Moby Dick, but it's all over the place. Okay, so if I want to turn on my mini HUD rendering, there we go. There's that. So we want to figure out where the rest of these points are going to go over here. Okay, I'm just going to start picking places on here. Okay, so 376, negative 2075. Okay, so there's going to be... Do I have extra torches? That would have been a good thing to prepare. Because apparently we are going to need those. Okay, so this is going to go... This lagoon is pretty big. It's going to stretch, like, out around there. I don't think there's a ruler tool. Oh, there is a measure tool. Yeah, how big is this lagoon kind of from one end to another? Where do you see the measurement? Oh, it's written on the thing. It's 183 blocks across. This lagoon is wider than the deep field pinball machine. Wake says, how come you're building this at an angle rather than on the horizontal? I'm building this so that north lines up with north in real life. The way that the Library of Congress survey is printed, they rotated it so it would fit on the paper better. But I basically realigned it back so that north is north. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Illumination and scaffolding box. Take some torches out of here. Let's go. Mineral says, I looked at an image of the lab and half of it's just parking spots. Well, the parking lots are going to become labyrinths. Those are going to be... So, the grassy ovals are going to become sculpture islands that hermits can claim to build sculptures in. And the parking lots are going to become labyrinth segments that hermits can claim to build labyrinths in. This is going to be a whole community area with all sorts of opportunities for the hermits to create interesting things by the time we're done. It's just not the time we're done yet. So it's hard to visualize, maybe. Okay, so let's see. Let's go check. So this, if we switch tools back to this one. Let's go further up. Where is this culvert? Let's mark this culvert here. This culvert is at 350, negative 2109. If I had to guess, that's probably close to this. Did I mark? So 351, negative 2109. Okay. Okay, so this is that culvert, and then it kind of cuts back in. Okay. Yeah, I did this very loosely last time. Is Joe's audio breaking up for everybody, or just Stephanie Hall? Looks like just you, but... Haunted Ghoul says, I just noticed the eye on the screen. What's going on? Oh, the camera gets bigger and slightly more translucent when we hit certain tipping milestones. We are currently $5 away from the next face camera expansion milestone. If you'd like to change how the camera looks, tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Okay. Let's go ahead and find a place to lay our heads down and dream here. You would think someone named Haunted Ghoul would be used to, like, ghostly images and stuff. Whatever. Okay. Wow, this is gonna be huge. Like, I knew this was gonna be big, but I hadn't really wrapped my head around it, maybe. Yeah, you're watching HermitCraft through the eyes of a hermit, obviously. Okay, so let's just start filling in some more dots here. We're not going to do every single point looking at the coordinates in the map, but it helps get a rough... We're going to rough this in, and then we can kind of connect the dots later. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And then we're going to bring that down to here. That's 368. Negative 2081. Okay. Yeah, so that'll curve that way. And then back around to here. Then we get the culvert, and then it's going to come up and around there. And then it gets steeply up that way. Okay, I'm feeling good about this. It's all coming together. Okay. So let's figure out where this bridge to the island goes. That's at 423 negative 2072. Okay, 2072 is here. .423. Wow, that's further out than I thought it was going to be. Okay. Might want Silk Touch for that. Oh, that's also going to melt everything. So that's a fun note. Okay, 430, negative 2069. So that bridge is actually pretty wide, because it would fit between these two blocks and lead to an island out here. Wait, no. Yeah, I guess it would lead to the bridge would be here and lead out to an island there somewhere. Oh, what we're building is in this link here, which I will pin. It's the Bell Laboratories Research Campus from Holmdel. Forgot to pin that there. Oh yeah, I forgot that YouTube always, or Twitch always breaks the pinning. Gotta redo it. There we go. Okay. Gotta make some actual progress on our project or we'll never get anything done. So let's just keep going. Part of me is like, should I do the islands first? Maybe that's actually wise, yeah. Just to help me get my head around the size. So 434, 2089, 434, 2089. Okay, so the bridge will stretch. Oh, wow, that's a long bridge. And it'll presumably be the same angle kind of to there. But not necessarily. Let's double check that. 440, negative 2086. My eyeballing of this wasn't too bad. Okay. We're basically using the coordinates to get key points in. Like, hey, this bridge connects from there to there. And then I can rough in the bridge myself. I'm not going to be doing this for every pixel. So, okay. Okay, so that next one is 429, negative 2097. Okay. I really wish I had a better way to mark the ones that are going to be the bridge segments. I think I'm going to take the crafting bench here and fashion some posts. Funny how much bigger real life looks in Minecraft. I know, right? Well, the thing is, I've never been here, so I don't actually know how big these bridges look in real life exactly either. I mean, in fairness. But yeah, we're going to put these posts on top of the 4 bridge bridge markers, so we can differentiate them from the other island markers. Okay. Okay, so yeah, the bridge is going to connect there across to there. That feels like it gets narrower, but maybe that's just a perspective truck. We'll come back to that. We got to rough stuff in, then we'll iterate. Okay. So 414 negative 2108. Okay. $409 negative 2111. Okay. Yeah, I tried other methods of laying things out in Minecraft before I came up with this pixel grid trick, and this has saved me a lot of time. This might seem tedious, but I do a lot of scale model building in Minecraft, and getting these kind of key points in is a huge time saver. I spent so much time building walls for castles and then rebuilding them later because I just didn't quite have my head wrapped around the scale, and it's very frustrating. Okay, 412. 17. And like I said, we're not doing every single block in the entire build this way. We're just roughing the thing in with the coordinates from the original, and then we'll kind of freehand the rest. But when I've tried to just freehand spatial scale models before without doing some markers like this, it got really bad really fast. I ended up having to rework things with coordinates later after other stuff had already gotten built. Whereas now we're just working on a nice flat area, just cutting out ice. Nice and simple. So 446, negative 2121. Negative 2122, actually. Kaji says, if there's a base swap this season, have I come across a hermit you think needs the Joe Hills difference? Honestly, if we did something like that, it would be like toward the end of the season, and we'd be swapping stuff that nobody's seen yet, so I'm definitely not ready for a base swap at this point in the season. Okay, so we're going to lay our heads down and dream here. Just as a reminder, while we get some rest in, we are $5 away from the next face camera expansion milestone. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Okay. So we're right here in the map. Then we can zap our way over to here. Let's see, so that's 454, negative 2118. Wait, 454, 2118. I'm so good at this. Let me run along each axis for a while before I make any decisions about anything. Okay. 459, negative 2113. Okay. $462, negative 2105. Hey, we got a tip rolling in from Kudji and Eric for 5, who says a chill 5 for a chill evening. Thank you very much. That gets us to our next face camera expansion milestone. So here we go. It's time to... Oh, no. I just did like 3 things wrong. I dragged the map off the screen, and I switched the scene. Oh my gosh. Expand. Just... it is getting late, and I am very tired. It is nearly 11 o'clock at night here in Nashville, so I'm probably going to wrap up on the hour in about 5 minutes. Let's go ahead and do last call for tips, because I got to get up early to get my kid to school in the morning. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Okay, so let's get going here. Okay, what do I need? I need to go further this way. Gonna put a point down at 468. Negative 2091. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, wow, this island doesn't look very big on the map. But let me get the measurement tool out. Okay, this island is 64 blocks, 66 blocks across. Okay, yeah, wrapping my head around the scale of this project is going to take me a minute. And by a minute, I mean a while. Okay, so 468, negative 2066. No, sorry, negative 2086. Okay. What if it snows again and covers up the amethyst block? Yeah, because out on the ice, if it covers the amethyst block, it'll be noticeable because it'll be the only thing covered, right? Because ice won't land on the other stuff. Hey, we got 5 rolling in from Ant Snail. Thank you very much, Ant Snail. That puts us 15 away from the next face camera expansion milestone. Appreciate you. That bridge is about 4 meters wide in Google Earth and 25 meters long. Well, I think that's about right. Yeah. Seems about right. Yep, so these posts are actually kind of where the bridge meets the lip of the water. The bridge itself actually doesn't... The bridge is higher than the land and goes back like this far. And a little bit further over here as well. So yeah, it might not seem like 25 meters here, but yeah, I think you're right. Big old bridge. Okay. So we're going to grab a block and we'll put it over here. 454, negative 2087. Dun 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 dun. No, 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 no. Wait. Give me a second, I'll figure it out. Bam. Okay, we got a block there now. Block there now. Let's get this going. Then we got 442. You know, let's go. Negative 2085. Da 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 da. Okay. So this whole island is delineated by... Wow. Goes out this far. So that means we actually need to clear this as well here, because this will be in the water. Yeah. Okay. So we've got a lot going on. We got a lot to do here. Huge project. Which I knew. I knew going in this was a huge project, but did not maybe fully appreciate the scale. I am learning to appreciate the scale. Okay, so the outer edge of the lagoon, we started marking along here. So we got to 520, negative 2170 on that part. Bum, 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 bum. So this is 459, negative 2130. So 459, negative 2130 would probably be back. Wait. Am I reading that wrong? No, 495, negative 2130. Okay. This is how tired I am. I cannot read these coordinates. Okay, so that lines up. Okay, cool. So that means that the marks here continue quite a ways out there. So like 538, negative 2101. Okay, so that's going to go way out here. 538, negative 2101. 538. Da 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 da. Actually, negative 2102. 539. There we go. Okay, this is where we actually want to be. Yeah, this is clearly a whole thing. That island has an area of 1,700 square meters, give or take. Wow. Yeah, Etho is selling the stone that I give him. Oh, I forgot to check if he gave me more shulkers to fill up. Well, you know what? It is on the hour, and I said we were going to wrap up. Let's do last check. Make sure no tips rolled in. Gonna turn off this bright light. Okay, so let's see here. Probably should try and land somewhere safe, especially because it's getting dark out, and then we will wrap up the stream. Okay. Okay. You're welcome giving for the stream, Stephanie Hall. Let's go ahead and see who is live. Got a nice raid from Hot Nudge earlier. Thank you again, Hot Nudge. Also, iJevin. Thank you, iJevin. Any raiders who stuck around, appreciate you doing so. Even though there's kind of a weird one. I mean, it's always a weird one around here. But, yeah. Let's see. If you're looking for... Why don't we go ahead and raid the Graceful Bard, who's playing ambient music for sleep on a keyboard, doing a little bit of mixing board stuff. Oh, I gotta mute this because I don't want to get copyright strikes on my thing. /raid the Graceful Bard. When you get over there, our raid message is howdy y'all, Joe Hills raid here. And until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.